Hey there. Looks like you've been hitting the pavement and the internet too, huh? Digging into that whole healthy coin idea.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating stuff.
Well, consider this deep dive your shortcut to all the good stuff. We've gone for a run, so to speak, through all your research,
We had.
and we're here to break down how those outdoor jogs of yours could actually translate into some serious games, mental and financial.
Yeah, what I thought was so interesting, digging into all this, is how these sources really highlight those kind of unique benefits of actually taking your workout outside.
Okay.
Like it's not just about, getting some fresh air, although, I mean, that certainly doesn't hurt, right?
Right.
But we're talking a whole different kind of engagement for, both your body and your mind.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So first things first. Why ditch the treadmill? Like, why is actual terrain, like, what's the big deal with running outdoors?
Well, think about it this way. When you're out there, you're navigating, a park trail or even just a sidewalk that's got a few inclines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your body's actually working harder just to stabilize on those, uneven surfaces.
Oh, interesting.
They're activating a whole network of like smaller stabilizing muscles
Okay.
that honestly often get totally neglected on a treadmill.
So it's not just about, like, how far you're going or even how fast. It's really, like, it's how your body's kind of, like, adapting
Yeah,
the environment. I like it. It's like your muscles are getting, like, a more well-rounded workout without you even, like, realizing it.
exactly. And it's not even just your muscles, right? Like think about, you remember that feeling of like mental clarity after a good run.
Oh, yeah.
There's actually some really fascinating science behind that whole runner's high.
Really?
Yeah. So exercise, especially outdoors, triggers this release of endorphins, those feel-good chemicals in your brain.
Right.
And then at the same time, your stress hormones, they actually start to decrease.
So you're telling me that, like, those, like, frustrating work emails, they might feel a little less overwhelming after I go for a good jog in the park.
It's entirely possible. And
Yeah.
and here's another bonus. Sunlight.
Okay.
I know. We're always told to like slather on the sunscreen.
Right, right.
But moderate sun exposure while you're running, it can actually provide this really vital dose of vitamin D.
I've always heard vitamin D is important, but, like, I never really understood why. What's the connection with, like, running outdoors?
I mean, it's a lot more crucial than a lot of people realize. That vitamin D that you're soaking up, it plays a key role in your bone health,
Mhm.
your immune function, even mood regulation.
Wow.
And let's be honest,
Yeah.
in our modern world, a lot of us we're not getting enough natural sunlight.
That's true.
You know,
Yeah, that's a good point.
it's true.
So you're not just getting a good workout outdoors, you're also getting, like, a free mood boost
Yeah.
and, like, an immune system upgrade
Yeah.
thanks to the sun. Okay, that's a pretty convincing argument for, like, ditching the treadmill. But now I'm curious about this whole healthy coin angle. I mean, we've talked about the benefits of running. How does this whole, like, cryptocurrency thing fit in?
Well, it's kind of like it creates this really interesting bridge,
Mhm.
between like your real world workouts and the digital world.
Okay.
And it all comes down to like how do we incentivize healthy choices?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So instead of just, tracking your runs, imagine actually getting rewarded for them.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, this whole, like, cryptocurrency aspect always throws me off a little bit. Like, how exactly does Healthy Coin even work? Do I need to, like, become a blockchain expert to understand it?
You can leave the whole blockchain deep dive to us.
Okay, good.
But the interesting thing with Healthycoin is it actually integrates with a lot of, fitness apps that you might already be using.
Oh,
So it's less about like you learning this whole new system. It's more about kind of connecting the dots between that, running routine you already have and this new way of like getting rewarded for it.
okay, that's a relief. So let's say I'm already using, like, a running app on my phone just to track, how many miles I'm doing and stuff. Where does Healthy Coin fit into all of that?
So imagine your usual running app, the one you're using.
Mm-hmm.
It basically connects to Healthycoin.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then as you're logging those miles, you're actually accumulating HYC.
HYC.
Yeah. So that's the Healthy
Yeah.
Coin token, right? And that's based on your activity. So that could be, distance, it could be speed, it could even be, how difficult the terrain is that you're tackling.
So the more active I am, basically, the more HYC I can earn.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what can you actually do with these tokens? Is it like you rack up enough and you get like a free energy bar or something?
Think bigger than energy bars.
Okay. While, digging through these sources, the specifics of the rewards program, I'll be honest, we're a little thin.
Okay.
But the general idea is there's this marketplace within, like the whole Healthycoin ecosystem, where you can redeem these tokens. And we're talking, discounts on fitness gear, maybe wellness products, maybe even like, subscriptions to meditation apps, like all sorts of things that really tie back into like a healthy lifestyle.
So it's kind of like a points system, but like instead of airline miles, I'm earning like healthy currency.
Exactly.
Okay, I do like the sound of that. But does that mean healthy coin is only valuable if you're like putting in, marathon level mileage? Like what about us? What about us casual joggers?
Well, and that's actually where things get really, really interesting. One of the articles I was looking at, it highlighted how, they're trying to design Healthycoin to reward like a whole range of activities,
Okay.
not just, the hardcore workouts. So we're talking walking, we're talking cycling, even, hitting the weights at the gym.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically anything that promotes, an active lifestyle can translate into, earning those HYC tokens.
Okay. I like their approach. It feels very inclusive. It's not like you have to turn everyone into an Olympian. It's really just about encouraging people to like move their bodies in a way that, feels good for them.
Precisely. It's really about meeting people where they are.
Yeah.
And kind of incentivizing them to make those healthier choices, however big or small,
Yeah.
those choices might seem. Because those small steps, those like seemingly insignificant, changes that you make to your routine, they can actually add up to some pretty remarkable transformations over time.
That's a good point. So we've covered a lot of ground here. Outdoor running, cryptocurrency, these potentially life-changing rewards programs. But let's get practical for a second, Like if someone is out there thinking, okay, sign me up, I want my runs to earn me rewards, what are the next steps? Like how do they actually get involved with Healthycoin?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
But to be totally honest with you, the sources we were looking at, they were a little light on those, nitty-gritty details.
Okay.
It seems like Healthycoin is still kind of, finding its footing. So there are a lot of those like, to be announced signs out there.
Okay, so more of a watch this space kind of a deal for now. A little frustrating maybe for those eager runners out there, but exciting too, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the good news is this isn't like a wait and see situation.
Yeah.
There are some proactive steps you could take right now based on what we've gathered. The key seems to be like the whole integration with existing fitness apps.
Yeah.
So honestly, the best place to start is like check if that, that go-to running app you're using,
Yeah.
see if they've partnered with Healthycoin.
Okay, so look for those integration points. And what if your current app isn't on board yet? What then?
Never underestimate the power of a friendly nudge.
It's true.
Let those app developers know that, hey, this is something you're interested in, Like Healthycoin integration. Remember, the early adopters, they often have a chance to kind of like shape how this new tech actually develops.
So not just earning rewards, but like potentially helping to shape the future of fitness tech.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, can we just address the like elephant in the room for a second?
Yeah.
Cryptocurrency, right? I mean, it's had its share of, shall we say, volatility in the past. Are there any concerns, do you think, about Healthycoin being, tied to this world, this sometimes kind of unpredictable world?
That's a really smart question. And to be honest, it's something that anyone considering, Healthycoin or frankly, any cryptocurrency, they really need to research carefully on their own.
Yeah.
Going through these sources, I'll be honest, they didn't go super deep on like the whole financial and technical side of HYC.
So do your homework, everybody. Like, don't just take our word for it or, frankly, anyone's word for it.
Exactly. You really want to understand, like, how is the value of HYC even determined?
Yeah.
All right. Is it like Bitcoin, like these wild swings in price, or is it more stable? What are the factors that are influencing its value? And crucially, like what security measures are in place to protect users and to protect, their hard-earned tokens?
Yeah, it's like any investment, right? Knowledge is power. But I want to swing back to something you mentioned earlier, if you don't mind, about like this future where, all healthy choices are rewarded, not just the ones that you track on your run.
Right.
Like, is that even feasible? And what would that even look like?
It's a big idea,
Yeah.
right? Like we're talking a real paradigm shift. But, picture this, a world where like your insurance premiums, they're lower because you consistently make healthy food choices.
Okay.
Or like your employer, they offer you extra vacation days because you maintain like a healthy sleep schedule.
Oh, wow. So it's almost like We're gamifying wellness,
Yeah,
but on a societal level, but in a way that could actually benefit everyone, right? Not just like those people who are already, super healthy.
exactly.
Yeah.
And, while there are absolutely bound to be challenges and complexities, with something like this, the potential upside,
Yeah.
it's kind of enormous.
Hmm.
Like lower healthcare costs, happier, healthier people, maybe even like a boost in productivity
Yeah.
and creativity. It's a future worth, I think, striving for, even if it seems, a little aspirational right now.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe someday, thanks to, these innovations like Healthycoin, we'll look back and we'll wonder why we ever even separated our physical well-being from our, financial well-being in the first place.
Now that's the future I can get behind.
Right. On that note, I think we'll leave you with this final thought. What if the best investments we ever make are the ones that we make in our own health and well-being? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Healthycoin and the future of fitness.